but soon faced expanding allegations of Williamson.
Don't know why it's blurry. Okay, there it is. Hi, everyone. Cassandra Williamson here. I'm the executive director for Transgender Diverse Veterans of America. And just a really quick note. I know this is a live show, so I just want to get a few things out there really quickly. There's a lot to talk about. We'll have to do it over several days. I'm in Eastern Kentucky, and so right now I'm just sitting here getting ready to go to the hospital in just a little bit. So, having said that, let's roll the intro. Hello, everyone. Again, the first thing I want to tell you is that the opinions expressed here are mine and mine alone. They don't necessarily represent those of any organization, agency, department, government, anything like that. They're just mine. Just my opinions, okay? Just have to deal with that, okay? So, having said all of that, I wanted to jump in directly into one thing I want you to start thinking about. And in the background, I want to call up this thing from Lawrence Britt. And this was from 2003, 14 Characteristics of Fascism, okay? And I'll share this with you here. And let me share a screen, and we'll just go up there and take a look at it, okay? And then you tell me what you think. You can put it over in the comments if you'd like. We'll just go ahead and talk about that for a minute. But you can also send me an email. And right now we're sharing. So these are the 14 Characteristics of Fascism as determined by Lawrence Britt. Now, he decided that he wanted to find out what the characteristics were that were common between all these fascist regimes around the world. They started with, people like Hitler, Mussolini, Franco, Suharto, Pinochet in Italy. So Dr. Britt came up with all these characteristics, the common characteristics that define those. And just go down through here without applying any kind of political leaning or whatever to any of these things. Just think through it and tell me what you think, okay? I'm going to copy the link first, and so you can look at it. So first one is powerful continuing national disdain for recognition of human rights, identification of enemies as scapegoats as a unifying cause, supremacy of the military, rampant sexism, controlled mass media, obsession with national security, religion and government are intertwined, corporate power is protected, labor power is suppressed, disdain for intellectuals and the arts, obsession with crime and punishment, rampant cronyism and corruption, and fraudulent elections. So that was written in 2003 by Dr. Lawrence Britt. And this article is based upon the article "The Hallmarks of Fascist Regime" by Skip Stone. And the link is at the bottom of this page. But you can go there and take a look at that, read through it. It's got a little description for each one of them. And, reach back out to me. Send me an email. Let's have a conversation about this. So I'm going to stop sharing that and go back over to this page. And let me put up my email address to go right here. This is really short, but I just want you to be able to look at it and see and just kind of measure and stack up against people and organizations that you see in the country running for office. Without saying anything about anyone, just go in there and take a look at it. Compare Lawrence Britt's comments. And let me create a banner for you here, and add the banner. And you can go right there. Go check that link out. Check it out. But you can also look up just Britt, 14 characteristics of fascism, and go check it out for yourself. Find out what it is that he came up with in 2003 as the common characteristics of these regimes. So take a look at them and see what you think. Just do it on your own. Check it out, okay? Because you'll find a lot of commonality between what's going on today and what he said in 2003. It's been going on for a long time, really. Without pointing out any political person running for office, anyone, just go take a look and then see if you can just, put their names over there and put a checkbox beside them. Whichever one of those 14 characteristics applies to them. And then you tell me what you think. Put them all in there, from Biden all the way over to Trump and Ramaswamy and all of them. Okay, put them all on that list, and then just go down through there and do a checkbox. And you tell me which ones you think that those people fall into. I already know the answer from my perspective, but it's probably purely subjective for me. But nonetheless, you'll find out pretty quickly. You can even throw in the Heritage Foundation, Dr. Roberts, and all that whole bunch over there because, throw in Chris Rufo, Matt Walsh, and any of those talking heads over there who have absolutely no desire to talk to people like me. Why is that? Well, I just don't fit their narrative. That's unfortunate because I'm an American just like them. And I deserve those same First Amendment constitutional rights and protections and all the blessings of liberty that every one of us in this country who are citizens here have a right to. We're guaranteed those things. However, there are groups, and Heritage is one of the biggest ones, and Dr. Roberts and a whole bunch out there, including ADF and, America First Legal, and there's 80 plus organizations signed on to Project 2025. You got to go check it out. If you don't know about Project 2025, look it up because it is hugely dangerous, folks. It's dangerous for all Americans, not just some, not just part of the country, but all of them. And you really have to dig into it because they're dead serious about, completely disenfranchising a whole group of people just because they don't like them. And we've seen this happen down through history lots of times. I mean, we did it with the Chinese in the 1890s, banned entry into the country for them because, we didn't want to have to deal with, those people. We did it with Latinos, and we've done it with Irish immigrants back in, when was that, 1840s. So, I mean, we've done this. It's something that's pretty common within the history of our country, and we're doing it again today. And so we're scapegoating. Some of these groups are scapegoating people they don't like. Just saying that, they're the root of all our evils right now. They're the root of everything. All the problems that we're facing in the country arise because of this. Well, we know what that comes from. We know where it comes from. And they're entitled. Now, let me put this very clearly. They're entitled to those beliefs and views, okay? Not once should we ever deprive someone of the right to believe what they want to believe. Because all of us who are veterans, we know darn well that we serve for them just as much as we serve for us. So we've got to make sure that when we're doing this, we're not disparaging the fact, they're Americans just like us. They just happen to think differently. So I don't want to hear anybody out there saying things like, they're un-American or that's not American. Oh, no, it is. It really is. We come by it honestly. We've always had this kind of combative, democratic, constitutional republic kind of form of government. It's been very antagonistic, I think. And that's what we've always had. That's always been the case from day one. If you study history, you'll know that. That's just the way it is. But that also means that you go through different valleys, ups and downs. You go one way and then back to the other, one way, back to the other. And each group says, oh, no, something's happening over here. We need to get back to the middle. But really what they want is to rush to the far left or rush to the far right. And then, just all that. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the country today. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I wanted to give you a few things to think about and to study. Go check out this 14 Characteristics of Fascism, written in 2003 by Lawrence Britt. And I just put the candidates out there, right out there on the side. I just put a checkbox beside each one of them that applies. Okay? And then to see how many of those characteristics fall with all of the candidates. And just get a sense of what's going on. Okay? And we'll come back and discuss some of this in more detail at another point. Anyway, don't be afraid of looking at people or organizations even. Heritage Foundation and Heritage Action with their Project 2025, a mandate for leadership in 2025, that document, that manifesto, that thing, they believe it sincerely, but they're scapegoating people in that thing. They're doing everything that you see in those 14 characteristics. Now, only one of the bunch of people in the Talking Heads group out there that I've talked about, Matt Walsh, actually agrees and knows who he is and is not afraid to tell you. He's a theocratic fascist. That's how he describes himself, okay? The others don't have the guts to do that. But at least he's honest with himself, right? The others need to get some of that self-awareness and honesty as well. So with that, I'm going to close it out and go back over here and just say, have a great day. I'll talk with you later and talk to you tomorrow maybe.